Hi there, traders. This is Brad Gilbert with the Daily Market Insight for Friday, the 13th. Oh my God. Just as I said that, I realized it was the spooky day now in the dealing rooms in the years gone by. I tell you what, there was a lot of managers walking around telling everyone, tighten up your risk. Just, I don't know if you've realized it, but a lot of the trading desks are superstitious to the point of like paranoid, right? So I don't think you're going to see a lot of activity today, just on the fact that it is Friday the 13th. We've had the CPI numbers. They've completely diffused the market with that little dip down the dollar, now trading sideways. If I just give you a look at the rest of the majors, you can't get a blood out of a stone, right? You can't make a horse drink. We can take a horse to water, you can't make a drink. All these little sayings, basically, you can't make the markets move just because you got the day off or you want to trade. Now, there's a couple of things moving around, and there's a few others that aren't doing anything at all, right? So if I just move these charts around a bit so you can see everything that's going on. Now, the dollar index itself, you know, it's slight correction, same with dollar Swiss. They aren't really going anywhere. Now, I think the nullified move after the CPI numbers is a little bit exaggerated. I mean, the year on year are still super strong. They're going to be expecting a bounce back in the monthly CPI next month. So I think we're going to start to see the Fed kick into gear. And that's going to give the dollar just a slow burner, like slow grind higher, I think. Now, as you can see, sterling, Aussie, Kiwi, it sort of just reacted back the other way straight away. So tells me, as I said yesterday, I was a bit surprised with the initial move on the euro was just to take out, the market was very long dollars, bit of a square up. Now it's sort of sideways. I think we'll see the dollar start to move down on the euro, catch up with what's going on in the sterling, Aussie, Kiwi. And I think we'll see the dollar index slowly move higher. Maybe not today, but over the course of next week, right? The Fed have really got a month before we go through the cycle of the non-farm payrolls and the CPI again. In that time, they want to prepare the market for potential higher rates or tapering of their asset purchases. So you get and the idea of that is you get a gradual shift in the bond market, not at a huge spikes. That creates for a very calm market, right? And dollar CAD is sort of cruising here, sort of mid-range. So basically at the moment, there's not a lot that you can get really excited about. Like the dollar is the one pair that is really actively moving around with the numbers. We got the University of Michigan sentiment, the prelim numbers. They're a pretty solid number, right? So that's something you can get some tangible dollar momentum out of, but you know what? It's not super top tier like employment or CPI. So just be aware, you're running into the end of the week. We've lost momentum after the CPI. We've almost got to wait for the cycle momentum, the pressure to build back on the Fed. Are they going to cut? I mean, are they going to cut? Are they going to start tapering? Are they going to start talking about higher rates, etc., or not? So today, just looking across the board, you're really clutching at straws, maybe a few range trades, tune up your chart, see if there's any sort of activity. If there's no significant data out, which there isn't until those University of Michigan sentiment numbers, we might just see range-bound activity, right? Underlying, I still believe we will see a slightly stronger dollar through next week. Of course, it'll depend on the various numbers coming out. And after the first 2 weeks of the month, right, the big US numbers are out. This is where we start to see some of the other currencies come to the forefront, right? Like sterling next week, you got employment numbers, and there's going to be, we got US retail sales and industrial production. They're actually sort of nice numbers to look at. Wage price index, big inflation number in Australia, UK CPI. Like it's a big week for sterling next week. So buckle yourself up, prepare yourself for that. You've got to manage your own expectations around your trading. As I said, if there's not major opportunities right now, well, you can't do anything about it. There was on Wednesday, big build up with the CPI, got diffused somewhat, but we still have some trailing underlying momentum for the dollar to come through next week. All right, guys, I can't give you too much more than that. Keep your capital under control. As I said, range-bound trading probably at the moment to finish the week. Good luck, guys. Cheerio.